Chapter 17. Uncontrolled Variable. The pills were real. Arthur knew this because 45 minutes after swallowing the bodega dose, the familiar warmth spread through his chest. It wasn't the clean, sterile warmth of the pharmacy-grade amneal capsules. It was dirtier, heavier, perhaps due to the degradation of the active ingredient in the heat of a non-climate-controlled stockroom. But it worked. The static in his legs stopped. The terror receded. System online. Arthur walked into the boardroom at 9 a.m. on Thursday. Marcus Thorne sat at the head of the table. Elena sat to his right. The rest of the board filled the leather chairs. Arthur set up his laptop. He connected to the projector. He began the presentation. Q4 projections indicate a 14% increase in data throughput, Arthur said, his voice steady. By optimizing the shard distribution, we reduced server load by 22%. He was perfect. He was the machine. But as he spoke, he noticed something. Elena wasn't taking notes. She was staring at him. And she wasn't alone. Thorne was watching him too, his eyes narrowed. Arthur faltered. Did I slur? Did I miss a word? He checked his internal diagnostics. Everything was green. Is there a question? Arthur asked. Thorne leaned forward. Arthur, we need to pause the review. Pause? Arthur asked. The metrics are critical for the merger timeline. This isn't about the metrics, Thorne said. He gestured to the door. Two men entered. They weren't employees. They wore cheap suits and earpieces. Security. We received a flag from HR, Thorne said, regarding an incident in the mailroom. Arthur blinked. The mailroom? He hadn't been to the mailroom in months. I don't understand, Arthur said. A package arrived for you yesterday, Thorne said. It was damaged in transit. It broke open. Arthur felt the floor drop out from under him. He hadn't ordered anything to the office. He was meticulous about supply chain separation. Then he remembered. The dark web. 2 weeks ago, in a moment of panic before he found the bodega source, he had placed an order on a marketplace called Alphabi using his office address, thinking it would be less suspicious than a residential delivery. He had ordered 500 pills of generic gabapentin from India. He had forgotten. The package contained pharmaceuticals, Thorne said. A significant quantity. Unlabeled. Elena looked down at the table. She wouldn't meet his eyes. That's a mistake, Arthur said. I didn't order that. It has your name on it, Arthur, Thorne said. And given your behavior at the gala, we had to call the police. Police. The word hung in the air like a guillotine blade. Arthur looked at the two security guards. He looked at the door. Escape probability, 0%. I am a director, Arthur said, his voice trembling. I fixed your architecture. I saved this company millions. You're a liability, Thorne said coldly. We can't have a drug trafficking investigation attached to the merger. You're terminated, Arthur. Effective immediately. One of the security guards stepped forward. Mr. Vane, please come with us. Arthur stood up. He looked at Elena. You knew, Arthur whispered. Elena looked up. Her eyes were filled with tears, but her jaw was set. I tried to help you, she said. I tried to get you to eat. I tried to get you to stop. But you're not code, Arthur. You can't just patch yourself. Arthur felt a laugh bubbling up in his throat. It was a hysterical, jagged sound. You're wrong, Arthur said. It's all code. And mine just crashed. He let the security guards escort him out. He didn't fight. He walked past the open office plan, past Miller, past the glass fishbowl where he had spent the last 2 months building an empire of sand. They led him to the lobby. 2 NYPD officers were waiting. They handcuffed him. The metal was cold against his wrists. Arthur looked at the officers. "I have a prescription," he lied. "It's for neuropathy." "Save it for the judge," the officer said. They walked him out into the rain. As they pushed him into the back of the squad car, Arthur didn't think about his career. He didn't think about Elena. He thought about the brown bottle in his pocket. The bodega pills. He had 10 pills left. If they searched him, if they took them, the withdrawal would start in 6 hours. Critical system failure imminent, Arthur thought as the door slammed shut. No backup found.